Thank you, Ms. Noriling, and good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be with you here today, and it is such an honor for me to be given this opportunity to reach out to all our fellow teachers in Angeles. Welcome to the 100 who are here with us in Zoom, as well as the hundreds who are following us in Facebook and YouTube. Well, first, I'd like to say thank you to Holy Angel University for this honor and privilege I was given to be together with you as we are preparing for an exciting school year and scary one. Uh, we are not denying it. This is not a very normal school year that we are preparing for. And I would like to commend Holy Angel University for this initiative. As you know, they are the only university in Asia that was given recognition by the Center for the Fourth and Fifth Hours, following the 11 principles of CEP based in Washington, D.C., Character Education Partnership. And the main writer of the 11 principles, Dr. Thomas Licona, who is considered as the grandfather of character education in the world because of his contribution to the field, was here in the Philippines last year to bestow that honor to Holy Angel University. There's that picture with Dr. Kalingo and Dr. Thomas Licona, who is based in the State University of New York, giving recognition to Holy Angel University as a national school of character. The only university, as I said, in the whole of Asia, given that recognition. And this seminar today is just a clear proof of their commitment to pushing and championing character education. So, ang gusto kong umpisahan, tanungin kayo, fellow teachers, yung totoo, kamusta kayo? I know many of you are apprehensive. We can even say, siguro natatakot dito sa sisimulan nating bagong school year na we keep on saying it's the new normal. Pero tanggapin na natin, there's nothing normal about being locked down at home. There is nothing normal about trying to educate the young people na hindi natin makakasama araw-araw katulad ng nangyari nung nakalipas. But we will continue on. Ang tanong sa atin lagi is, handa na ba kayo? Well, alam ko marami tayong agam-agam, marami tayong mga katanungan, marami tayong kinakatakutan. But the truth is, my dear fellow teachers, pinili mo na ipagpatuloy ang pagiging teacher. And so I'd like to say first, thank you. Thank you for choosing to continue being an educator, to continue wanting to make a difference in the lives of your students. That's why what I'd like to do is to show you this video to start off our seminar, where I will talk about your importance, my dear fellow teachers, in the job, in the task of educating the young people. This video is for you.
Ako po si Jermaine Marie Catag. I'm 30 years old. I have 3 siblings. I'm the eldest. Next is Lynn Grace, 25 years old.
Ilay, paunahan ta.
Jerson, 20 years old. Anna Marie, 15 years old. My dad passed away 7 years ago. So, breadwinner, sumalo ng posisyon ng tatay ko. But it's okay. I started working. Unang-unang ginawa ko networking. Tapos, on the side, yung events, nag-hosting. Lahat mo ginagawa para lang kumita. Actually, alam nilang lahat. Pagod na rin ako minsan. Hindi ko mag-ibi. I'm just so blessed na sa itsura ko, pag lumabas ako ng kondo ko, I'm a different person. I'm a happy person. Para wala akong problema. Pero, I'm 30 and I'm so tired. Kasi gusto ko din magkaroon ng sarili kong pamilya. I really want to have a baby of my own. Pero minsan, you yearn for it. And sometimes gusto ko rin yung ma-feel na yung makapagpahinga ako when I can sleep na wala akong isipin for tomorrow. Kasi sarili ko lang iniisip ko. Alam mo yung ganun, gusto ko rin maranasan yun na hindi ako ma-stress.
Gusto ko po siya, i-hug, tapos i-kiss pa sa cheeks. Kasi hindi ko po siya na-hug. Tapos gusto ko talaga mag-thank you sa kanya, mag-I love you, ganyan. Kasi hindi po ko nakakapag-I love you sa personal, ganyan po.
Actually po, yung I regret my life right now kasi hindi ako nakakatulong sa kanila. Kahit na ako yung nakagraduate, gano'n. Wala akong may natutulong. Kasi may anak na po ako.
Mimi.
Salamat dahil hindi mo kami pinababayahan kahit na alam mo naman na kaya ko sana, pero hindi kinaya.
We're blessed po to have a sister like her.
Thank you kit sa tanan. Kay tungod sa imo. Tungod sa imo nakapag-skila kami. Kag may balay kita subong. Kung wala ka, base sa karsada na kami guys. Thank you kita. I love kay. Wala mo kami ginamayaan.
Hindi ako magsisisi every single day of my life to spend something for my family as long as happy sila. Kasi yun yung pinagsisihan ko nung buhay yung dad ko. Hindi ko nagawa yun.
I'd like to extend that message to all of you teachers because of your sacrifices. Pinilit niyo pa rin na ipagpatuloy ang pagtuturo kahit alam niyo hindi magiging madali. In this new normal. I know many of you are apprehensive about what awaits us. Pero tuloy tayo. Sabi natin sa sarili natin, sige, magtuturo pa rin tayo kasi kailangan tayo ng mga kabataan. So I'd like to start by reading this letter for all of you. This is a letter written by Amanda Morin, and it's a very beautiful letter, which all of us teachers should read. I want you to know that you are seen and you are valued. You may not be listed as essential workers, but my dear fellow teachers, we are essential. I found this very beautiful quotation about mothers. And I thought, teachers are very much like mothers. Today, in an auditorium full of parents, my son scanned the room, looking for me. When he saw me, his face lit up the room. He wasn't looking for the perfect parent. He was looking for his mom. Don't ever forget the power of simply being their mom. And you know what, dear teachers, you can say the same thing. Hinahanap kayo ng mga estudyante ninyo. They are actually looking forward to one day being able to join us again inside the classroom. So you replace the parents here, mom here with teacher. Today in a room full of People, my student scanned the room looking for me. When he saw me, his face lit up the room. He was not looking for the perfect teacher. He was looking for his teacher. Dear fellow teachers, do not ever forget the power of simply being their teacher. Let's continue the letter. As a fellow teacher, I know all the work that goes into teaching under typical circumstances. Believe me, I have been inside the classroom for 34 years. I know how difficult it is. I know how challenging it is to deal with 30, 40, 50 or more students with totally different personalities. Nariyan yung pasaway, nariyan yung matigas ang ulo, nariyan yung kailangang pagsabihan ng 5 beses, 10 beses. I know how difficult it is. Teaching during this coronavirus pandemic is so far from typical. It's literally nothing that school systems have ever done before. Kung mahirap na nga yung typical school year, imagine in this so-called new normal. This is not what we signed up for. And yet we're doing it anyway. Sabi natin, magtuturo pa rin ako. Kahit wala yung mga estudyante sa classroom. I am not going to cower in fear. You are putting together distance learning plans. You are adapting your teaching in the blink of an eye. Biglaan to. We can even say, nobody prepared us for this. Hindi tayo naturuan sa School of Education paano maging teacher in the new normal. And yet, here we are, excited to start this new school year. May takot, may pangamba, may pag-aalinlangan, but we have made up our mind. Magtuturo tayo. We will go on. And teachers, don't doubt. Kaya nyo. You are capable of more than you know. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. I'm telling you it's going to be worth it. It's worth it. Kasi hindi lang tayo dito magtuturo ng science, English at math. Ang ginagawa nating mga teachers is we are preparing the young people for a future, for their future. Let's continue the letter. Tanggapin nyo to. I know you miss your students, the classroom, community, and the culture you cultivated. Marami akong ganyang kilalang teachers. They are able to create a culture inside the classroom. Yung iba, a culture of kindness. Yung iba, a culture that is competitive. The students in their class end up to be very competitive, highly competitive. Yung iba, a culture of nagtutulungan. One body, one class, one solid, full of camaraderie and friendship. I know how much your students mean to you, how they become your kids year after year, and how much you love seeing them light up when they learn something new. That's why we continue teaching. Kasi nakita ninyo ang kahalagahan ng ginagawa ninyo. Nakita ninyo na you do not just have an employment, you have a mission. You have a vocation. Request nating i-mute yung iba. Okay?
Maputi ko ka naman.
But let's continue. Don't worry. Your students still learn. And they're still learning something new. Here are a few other things you should keep in mind this time. Okay? Number 1, teachers, patuloy pa rin kayong nagtuturo. Kahit na sabihin ninyong, ay hindi ko nakita ang aking mga estudyante. Hindi ko sila nakakasama sa loob ng classroom. But the fact that you continue teaching anyway, you continue holding on to the profession, teachers, tinuturuan ninyo ang mga kabataan ng socio-emotional skills. Pinapakita ninyo sa mga kabataan na walang makakapigil sa atin. We are not going to be depressed. We're not going to go down and break down and say, wala nang pag-asa to, wag na lang. Hindi, we continue. We continue being the teacher that the students need us to be. And just by doing that, we are teaching the young people social-emotional skills. Wag mong maliitin ang natuturo mo sa mga kabataan ngayong wala ka sa loob ng classroom. Kahit wala tayo sa loob ng eskwelahan, we are teaching something very, very important, relevant, and essential to our students. Here's number 2. By continuing to teach, tinuturuan natin ang mga kabataan how to have flexible thinking. Hindi kaya ng internet, walang computer, no problem. Mag-modular tayo. Hindi kaya ng mga kabataan ng recitation, hindi bale. Papagawin natin sila ng ibang outputs to prove that they have learned what they're supposed to learn. You see, kahit wala tayo sa loob ng classroom, tinuturuan natin ang mga kabataan ng flexible thinking. And this is a very, very essential skill. Here's a quotation for you. It is not what you do for your children, but what you have taught them to do for themselves that will make them successful human beings. Number 3, sabi ng letter, you are still teaching, and we are teaching them empathy and compassion. Bakit ka ba nagtuturo pa? Kailangan kasi tayo ng mga kabataan. Bakit ka pa nagtuturo? This is the new normal. Kasi umaasa pa rin ang marami sa atin. Thousands of them enrolled. They still count on us. So that empathy, that compassion we have for them. Moreover, kailangan tayo ng mundo. We need to teach these young people how to cope in this kind of so-called new normal. We are still teaching. And here's number 4. Teachers, kaya ka teacher kasi meron kang expertise. Believe me, yung mga magulang sa bahay na tutulungan ng kanilang anak to understand the lesson, some of them will say, ang hirap naman itong pinag-aaralan mo. Hindi naman namin pinag-aralan yan nung bata kami sa eskwelahan. And you know what that means? It means kailangan natin ng teacher mo. When your student at home starts saying to their parents, Dad, hindi naman ganyan yung pagturo sa amin ng teacher namin eh. It's actually the student saying, they miss you. They need you. And that's, in fact, number 5. I want to tell you, teachers, your students miss you. Never mind, kahit nagkaroon ka ng mga estudyanteng pasaway, matigas ang ulo. But the truth is, they're looking forward to seeing you again, to going back inside your classroom, to learning from you. Huwag mong maliitin ang iyong pagtuturo in this new normal. You continue being the impactful person that you have been. Let's continue with the letter. You have a place in your students' lives. And when the students start talking like that, hindi naman ganito yung pagturo sa amin ni Ma'am eh. Kung nandito sana si Ma'am, siguro mas naintindihan ko to. That is when they start realizing, you, dear teachers, have a special place in your students' lives. In other words, you matter. Teachers' lives matter a lot. You are an essential frontliner in this new normal. A truly rich man is one whose children run into his arms even when his hands are empty. And our students are like that. Our hands are empty right now. Hindi tayo makapagturo sa loob ng classroom, but they really want to run to us. They really want to be able to tell us, Ma'am, Sir, turuan nyo kami. We need you. Let's continue the letter. Teachers, parents cannot replace you. You are essential. And so, I have to ask you, teachers, please take care of yourself. Be well. And as we try to teach in this new normal, let's try our best. Let's try our best. We will still be effective. We will still be able to make a difference. And thank you for being there. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you kasi kahit alam mong nakakatakot, mahirap, we continue being there for our students. I'd like to share this video for all of you. So again, thank you for being there. Thank you, teachers. Here are 5 things to quit right now. Overthinking, worrying, trying to make everyone happy, living in the past, doubting yourself. Okay? Stop those and forge on with bravery, with courage. Let's continue on with our effort to teach. In other words, this new normal now, this situation is calling us, teachers, to make sure we have the following traits. Number 1, integrity. Integrity. The true test of a man's character is what he does when no one is watching. Sabi ni John Wooden. Totoo yan. Lalo't ngayon, nasa bahay tayo, we need to do work from home, pero kahit walang nagbabantay, we will work and work hard because I know your teachers, you have the integrity. Kaya nga tayo naging teacher eh. Kasi alam natin, meron tayong maituturo from the example of our life to our students. You know, wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it, and right is right, even if no one is doing it, and we do the right thing, even when no one is looking. That's integrity. I am in competition with no one. I have no desire to play the game of being better than anyone. I am simply trying to be better than the person I was yesterday. And so during this lockdown, during this quarantine, teachers, I encourage you, look for ways to continue growing. As a teacher, kahit wala tayo sa loob ng classroom, kahit wala ang principal telling us to grow, to learn new things, let's take advantage because ang competition natin is our own selves. Here's the second one, honesty. We need honesty during these days that we are in this new normal. Sabi nitong letter na to, teacher, to my children, never make fun of having to help me with computer stuff. I taught you how to use a spoon. Well, you know, the honesty to tell our supervisor, "Ma'am, kailangan ko talaga ng training sa paggamit ng computer, sa paggamit ng internet, sa paggamit ng Zoom, at saka ng Google Classroom." Okay, honest enough to admit that, yeah, we need to learn more, we need to grow. There are certain things we still need to develop in ourselves, but we don't stop learning. Resilience. Given this kind of situation, alam ko, mahirap ngayon ang trabaho natin, lalo na tayong mga teachers. Nasa bahay tayo, nagtatrabaho tayo from home. Pero pag nasa bahay ka, abay inaasahan, ikaw din ang magsasaing, ikaw din maghuhugas ng pinggan, at ikaw din ang magpapatulog sa bata kasi nasa bahay ka. And that's the situation we find ourselves in right now. Work becomes just more stressful. Kasi habang ang boss natin, ang supervisor, ang principal, are expecting us to do work from home, aba, sa bahay, they are also expecting us to do the usual work at home. We need resilience. We need toughness. We need to tell ourselves, abay, itong buhay, we just have to get on with it. Courage, God will provide and God will take care of us. Resilience, all things are difficult before they are easy. And then, sabi ko kanina, don't over-worry. Don't doubt yourself. Believe that you can. God will never send us anything beyond our capability. So, confidence, which is like a muscle, the more we use it, the stronger it gets. Character, like a photograph, develops in darkness. Habang nandito tayo ngayon sa lugar na to na parang napakadilim nitong mundo ngayon, napakaraming problema, may pagsabog dyan sa Lebanon, may pandemya, marami tayong mga kakilala siguro na namamatay. But it is like this, in darkness, that character develops. And then hope. Teachers, huwag kayong mawala ng pag-asa. This is nothing compared to some other tragedies in the history of mankind. This is not World War. This is not like whatever other trials our forefathers, our ancestors faced. Let's face it with hope. Education is not the filling of a pail, but a lighting of a fire. And that is one of the things we have to share with our students. Our students should see hope in us, in the way we are facing trials, difficulties, problems in life. And be open to whatever comes next. Sometimes the best way to help our kids is to not help them. And that is how they are developing now. They have to learn independence. They have to learn how to cope without us providing the crutch, without providing the legs that they got used to in the past. These kids who never have any accountability for their actions will continue through life thinking nothing is their fault and everything is owed to them. But with this new situation now, aba hindi. Alam na nila, they have to be able to manage on their own, to cope. And we are giving them hope. I want you, teachers, to make sure you take care of yourself. Sabi ng letter kanina, you are essential. Do take care of yourself. Here are 7 tips I can give you on how to take care of yourself. Number 1, don't try to do everything at once. Para bang suddenly, kailangan natin marunong mag-Zoom meetings. Kailangan nating tapusin ang ating curriculum and upload them sa internet, o kaya kailangan tapos yon para ma-distribute ang mga modules, para ma-print at wow, ang dami, ano? well, take it one step at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. And so that's tip number 1. Number 2, maintain a routine as much as you can. In the same way na kung nagre-report tayo sa eskwelahan, we wake up at a certain time, we have to be out of the house by a certain time, we have to be inside the faculty room by a certain time. Try doing that at home, maintaining a routine na para bang may sinusundan pa rin tayong schedule so that we are able to make the most out of our day. We are able to accomplish a lot. Sabi ng lahat ng mga self-help books, one of the best ways you can be productive is to keep a list of things to do for the day. And then classify them as important, as urgent, and then check them as you are able to finish. Start the day with that, making a list of things to do for today, things to accomplish, things to finish. And then, at the end of the day, you look at the list and you say, wow, ang dami kong nagawa. Ang dami kong natapos. It has been a productive day. Number 3, take time for your social, mental, and physical health. Do not underestimate this, especially given this situation we are in right now. I want to give you a few examples of healthy habits that you can practice while social distancing during these days of the pandemic. Number 1, for example, social wellness. Call or message a friend that you have not seen in a while. And do that on a regular basis. Like every day, we have a specific friend, a specific relative that we can contact to connect. That's very good for your mental health. That's very good for your social wellness. Mental health. Practice mindfulness by doing a few breathing exercises in the morning before you start work. Don't underestimate that. And then I would also like to emphasize, kasi marami akong nakikita nagkakaproblema about this during these days of the pandemic. Teachers, take care of your sleep. Make sure you get enough sleep every day. That's very important for your physical health, for your mental health. You know, many of these, yung mga, well, they get into deep depression, they get into mental problems. Yung pala kulang lang sa tulog. Napagod sila. Napagod sila mentally. And so many doctors are saying that now, if you want to be really stay healthy, especially mentally, take care of your sleep. Kasi para tayong machines. If the machine does not rest, it can conk out. It can burn out. And it can fail. And so we have to take care of that. Physical. If in your area you have a chance to do that, kung hindi sa loob ng bahay nyo, akyat baba ng hagdan or just walking around, that's already a good physical exercise. But do take care of your physical exercise. So, teachers, take care of yourself. Number 4, set teaching hours while you're working from home. Yan. Well, depending on how you are asked to deliver your teaching. Kasi some are blended, so meron silang kailangang mag-online teaching. Some others will have to be really just modular and resorting or hoping that the students will be doing their task on their own at home with the help of the parents. But if we have this, if we are asked to record some lectures, then this is good tip. Set teaching hours while you're working from home. Tapos, huwag tayong matakot humingi ng tulong. Ask for help when needed. Even if it's such a simple help as, paano ba mag-share screen sa Zoom meeting, sa Google Meet? Paano ko ba ma-edit itong video ng aking lecture. There's nothing wrong asking for help. And don't be surprised, sometimes ang makakapagturo sa atin ng mas magaling, yung estudyante natin who are, some of them, the teachers, the students we have in high school are more experts than us in editing videos. Tingnan nyo yung TikTok nila. Abay, napakaganda, no? Napaka-complicated, napaka-sophisticated. So, we can ask for help when needed. Here's number 6, do something to unwind after work. Some people, it's enough to sit down a while and watch some TV shows that are relaxing, some restful YouTube videos. Okay, some others, they need to spend family time. They need to spend time with their friends. Some others, it is go to get into a hobby, whatever it is. Discover what it is that can make you unwind and let out the stress, even just for a while. It's helpful, it's good. And number 7, make space for gratitude in your life. Sure, may pandemya. Sure, daming naghihirap. Pero pasalamat pa rin tayo. May trabaho tayo. Pasalamat pa rin tayo. Magsesweldo pa rin tayo. Pasalamat tayo. Hindi tayo kailangang umasa katulad ng ibang tao sa ayuda na kung walang ayuda ay talagang mamamatay sa gutom. Maraming ganyan ngayong ating kababayan. In other words, kahit ganito ang sitwasyon natin, marami pa din tayong kailangang ipagpasalamat. And at the end of every day, it's a good exercise. What are 5 things I can be grateful for? I can be thankful for. Salamat, gumana ang internet. Salamat, natapos ko ang aking kailangan tapusing lesson plan. Salamat, natapos ko ang aking worksheets. Salamat, nag-submit ang mga kabataan ng kanilang outputs. Whatever it is, for sure, we will find certain things that we can be grateful for. So those are 7 tips for you, dear teachers, on how to take better care of ourselves. And then, kahit na ang mga kabataan wala sa loob ng classroom, hanapan natin ng paraan that we are able to build a community. For example, I found this fantastic website, boredteachers.com. Meron siyang isang article doon, 20 creative ways to build a classroom community virtually. Kahit na ang mga bata nasa loob ng bahay nila and minsan mo lang sila nakikita sa internet lang, sa Zoom room, sa Google Meet, sa Canvas, no problem. You can still build a certain community, a certain oneness among them. So, meron siyang introducing virtual counseling rooms, including virtual morning meetings regularly, working together to decide on a class mascot, mga ganyan, ano? The website provides 20 fantastic ideas on how we can build community kahit ang mga bata are only together virtually. Implementing some fun through photo challenges, implement routines that make students feel at ease, encouraging students to create an affirmation station at home, starting the year off with a digital kindness unit, etc. So, ang importante is we still try to reach out and impact these young people and be able to build a community among themselves, even if they are not with us in the same room. Here's a nice message from Peyton Anderson that I saw him posting in Twitter. Sabi niya, school is not closed for the year. The building is. You see, it's only the building that is closed, but the school is going to open because the school means you, dear teachers, and the students. And then the parents collaborating from home. If you listen closely, you can hear the hum of the hardworking teachers, administrators, and support staff preparing to save the day in ways and means never seen before. Yes, we are brokenhearted, but these broken hearts will lead to unconditional resolve in doing what we do best, teach. Hold on, kids. Keep watching those videos, practicing your content, and keep your brain ready. We, the teachers, will come back. Hold on, parents and community members. Keep a close eye and an open mind to what you are about to see. We are coming. There are no day offs when it comes to taking care of our students. Let's do this together. You see, my dear fellow teachers, no one is stopping us from making a difference as we have always done in the past years that we have been teaching, because a good education can change anyone, but a good teacher can change everything. And that is what we are going to do this school year. More than teaching math, science, English, we are teaching the young kids never to give up, never to allow circumstances to bug us down, never to allow tragedy from keeping us from going forward, moving forward, and still doing a lot of good. My father gave me the greatest gift anyone could give another person. He believed in me. And I, again, will replace father here because you and I, dear teachers, are second parents. My teacher gave me the greatest gift anyone could give another person. He, she believed in me. And that's what I'd like you to do, my dear fellow teachers. Continue believing. I know, deep in your heart, deep in our mind, iniisip natin, mag-aaral kaya ang mga bata? Gagawin kaya nila yung mga modules? Pag-aaralan kaya nila yung dapat nilang pag-aralan sa bahay? Banish those things from your thought and believe me, there are students, you are going to have students who are going to study harder than they ever did in the past. They are going to spend more time working on school stuff, on your modules, than they would have if they were inside the classroom. Believe in your students. Believe that they are just not going to give up like you. Well, I am about to end. It's 11 o'clock, but we're going to open the floor for Q&A. But before I do that, consistent with a Christian identity of Holy Angel University, I would like to end my presentation with you with this encouragement to resort to the supernatural means. You see, our job is not just to teach children, not just to teach math, science, English. We are teaching human beings here. And since we are dealing with human beings, we are dealing with a material, spiritual being. And so maybe we will be more successful in our task as teachers this year if we learn how to resort to prayer, to reliance on God's grace. And so I'd like to end my presentation with this. Well, that's it. And I can only wish you luck as you start to get ready for new school year that is full of excitement and for some of you, full of nervousness. But remember, the young people continue counting on us, relying on us for many things, especially to learn how to cope in this new world, in this new normal, Do not underestimate the power of the teachers. No one may be calling us frontliners, but really at this point, we are at the forefront of helping the young people make sense of what is happening in the world today. Maybe papasok sila, hindi naghahanap ng math, science, ng English. Naghahanap sila ng kasagutan. Bakit nangyayari ang mga bagay na ito sa ating mundo? And they need you, dear teachers, to help them find that answer. And more than just finding the answer, they need us to find the reason to move on, to continue on in spite of the kind of challenges that are facing us. And so once again, thank you, Holy Angel, for this opportunity. And I can only wish you luck, all dear fellow teachers. The world needs us. The young people need you. Make a difference in the lives of those people entrusted to your care. Thank you very much, Sir Angelo.